that. We got that. We got that. We got that. What's that? We don't need that. We don't need that. Loss. All right. Welcome. You guys, welcome. It is just Sylvie. I ain't did this in a long time. Hold up, y'all. I normally have these things cleaned before I come on, but they are mighty dirty. Welcome, you guys. I can do things at one time. Sometimes I can multitask. Even though my girlfriend said we not put on this earth to multitask, we're supposed to give our focus to the one thing wholly and fully. But unfortunately, we do have to multitask on this earth. What we were meant to do and what we have to do or are forced to do, two totally different things. But welcome, you guys. It is just Sylvie, just coming to bring y'all a little bit of that 414, the one in the middle for some balance. Why? Because you see things this way and you see things that way. But if we come together to have some effective communication, we just might get a little bit of understanding. Hey, y'all, and welcome to Just Sylvie. I appreciate y'all being in here to set with me a spell. I would love it if y'all would like, share, and subscribe, period. I would love that. You don't have to, but I would love it. You feel me? Okay. So I hope y'all have had a wonderful week. It is hump day. If y'all only got till Friday, y'all got a couple of more days to go. But if Saturday is your Friday, then y'all get ready to make it too. I hope y'all are having a great week. And if you are not having a great week, I do hope that it gets better for you. Thank y'all for setting the spell. Hey, everybody. I appreciate y'all coming into the chat. Now y'all see them pictures we got up, I'm still learning how to do things and, use what I got because I don't particularly got a lot. But my goal is to get better. My goal is to get better all the way around. My goal is for this to be a face that you just gonna be seeing. No matter how ugly Lakeisha say it is. Because Lakeisha said, we ugly and we need to get out of her chat because we is a part of the ugly girl crew. We gonna talk about it. But before we get into Lakeisha, y'all, look, before we get into Lakeisha, I just want to say something to my young ladies because I know on some of my platforms, on most of my platforms, I be having some young ones, young adults on my platform. I say often that I believe that the Most High sent me out here for the ladies. This platform is about accountability. It is about learning how to become confident in oneself. And that is an inward thing that has nothing to do with your exterior. Now, your inside is going to promote your outside. Best believe that. But confidence is not how good you look on the inside and how many nice clothes you have on and what brands you can buy and how many houses you can get in, because there are some of the very most unconfident people with a lot of things. And I was also sent here because the Most High wants me to speak to people about apparel, modesty. And modesty does not mean the video that I'm about to show you. Look, I talk about the land of totally. Anybody way far over there and way far over there, y'all are in the lands of totally. And this young lady is going to sum it up beautifully about the land of totally. So I was watching Street Media TV and he was talking about something that went down in Houston, Texas at the rodeo and the carnival. And I don't think I got the gist of exactly what went down, but I know that several people were speaking on the attire of the young ladies at the at the carnival and how fair it is to the babies. Like, are you taking into consideration? I understand we can't tell you what to do. We can't tell you what to wear. We can't tell you nothing. Because you grown. Some of y'all ain't just grown. Some of y'all are actually young adults. Because I consider them, some folk that holiday grown, they could be my age and they be some of the most immature people that ever hit the earth. What do I know of life? Or is that let me look over here. What do I know of Ifa? What you gonna teach me? I have no clue what Ifa is. I think that I've heard Umar Johnson speak. I think that's in his name, Ifa Tunde, I think. But I don't know of Ifa. So if you have something that you would like to teach me, I am always up for learning. I'm always up for learning. But I want y'all to listen to what this young lady said, because I have come on this platform and said it once before. I said we always want to hone in on the young lady when we think about modesty, on the young lady that is very, very scantily clad. And it's a thing. It's a thing, because I always believe that if you out there scantily clad like that, you're doing it for a reason. That's my opinion. That might not be true, but it's my opinion. But I also believe that a lot of times the people that want to talk about the scantily clad person is 9 times out of 10 somebody that's going to be dressed in a turtleneck, and they're going to have turtlenecks down to their feet. This young lady said y'all are opposite sides of the same coin. Listen to what this young lady says. Oh, well, maybe I want to press play. Oh, maybe I want to turn the volume up. Y'all don't mind me.
We talk about standards about how you should come outside, how you should present yourself, how you should behave in public, where everyone is subject to your dress and your behavior. Everybody misses the entire point. And I personally think lack of ability to understand and nuance in the conversation is a mental incapacity. You're slow. I think both people that are uber sensitive, and want everyone covered from neck to toe, and the people who don't believe in covering genitals.
She is a clown. Y'all got to forgive me. Y'all got to forgive me, because I'm just thinking it's just gonna stay open, because
genitalia outside in public, I think y'all are equally stupid.
Did y'all hear what she said? Let me rewind it back.
Covered from neck to toe, and the people who don't believe in covering genitalia outside in public, I think y'all are equally stupid.
She said now that is whether you don't want to cover up at all, or whether you believe that because you are all the way covered up, because there's a balance. Because somewhere in that video somebody was like, I think Street Meter may have said it. You don't have to show your curves. I'm not even saying there's something wrong with you showing your curves. Because sometimes you're so curvy that the only way that you're not going to show your curves is if you have on a tent. And the Most High God has not told me that I have to wear a tent for anyone. My pastor's wife doesn't wear a tent, and she dresses very modestly. That is my new pastor. I am Seventh-day Adventist, but I have been in the Baptist and Holiness Church all of my life. My old pastor's wife was very modest about her dress, but she showed her curves because she's curvy. There's a way to do it. And you don't have to be naked, nor do you have to be turtleneck to turtleneck at your ankles, is all that I'm saying. Now catch this tea, because I'm always going to call the woman. Didn't I say this page about accountability? So listen to this young lady. Listen to this young lady. She a clown. Golly, y'all don't mind me being the clown that I am sometimes.
Being reminded that nobody's teaching the girls how to be young ladies no more. See, we can't even get to clowning the men and talk about the men when the self-respect isn't even in the room with us. what I'm putting down. The first stage in becoming a woman and understanding what ladyhood is about, understanding your role and the part you play.
Come on.
When you learn to be a lady and operate like a lady, you just operating in your ladyhood is going to prevent you from doing something that a man ain't got sense enough to not have you doing.
Come on now. Is y'all picking up what she putting down? We have to start operating in our ladyhood. We have to look at ourselves first. We can't just be walking around blaming the men if we are not properly acting in our ladyhood. You attract who you are. And if you are learning to operate in your ladyhood, that comes with maturity. That comes with introspect. If you're learning to do these things, one thing for sure and two things for certain, you will attract a more mature young man or older man. To each his own. I just want you to be very, very grown if you're out here attracting these older men. Now, y'all, I'm not going to be before y'all long, which means I'm about to go ahead on and read the scripture right quick so we can get to talk about the topic of the day. Who really being exposed? Who really being exposed? Hey, y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming to set with me a spell. I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all see, I think the caricature of Lakeisha Keisha, but it got her name. So you know it's Lakeisha Keisha. We got Anton Daniels up there. We got Tasha K up there. And we're not even really talking about those two. Period. So let me read this word and then we're going to get on it. Because Lakeisha Keisha said I was ugly. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Said I was ugly. So I got some Proverbs 18 and 20 for you right quick. A man's belly, and don't think that just to be the male species. Put yourself in this, ladies, if need be, because the goal over here is growth and maturity and the highest God powers in your mind. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth. What are you speaking out of your mouth? And with the increase of his lips shall he be filled, shall he be satisfied. Whatever you are speaking out of your mouth, if you speak in positivity and good things, you're going to be satisfied with positivity and good things. You're going to draw positivity and good things to you. If not the positivity, you're going to draw that same thing to yourself. You speaking a whole bunch of negativity out your mouth, you're going to draw that to yourself. A man's belly is himself, his mind, his body. A man's belly, a man's self, a man's mind, a man's body shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth. A man must accept the consequences of his words, good or evil. And I will go on to add to that. That's what the studies say. If you're speaking evil out your mouth and it's okay with you, just be ready to accept the consequences of that. Especially when you rationalize your poor behavior. We talking about Lakeisha Keisha up in here because Lakeisha Keisha done said I was ugly. And I have been watching Lakeisha Keisha since she started talking about Anton. I went and subscribed to her. I like her content. I ain't going to say I don't like her content now. I just talked about the other day her content on Tasha K. I've been watching Tasha K for some years. Somebody came into the comment and said, these creators don't understand. We be watching all of them. The onlyest one on that thumbnail that I don't watch, and that means to just go and get into his content, is Anton Daniels. I see Anton Daniels because the content creators that I listen to or that I watch bring him into the picture. That's the same way Lakeisha Keisha says she came across Anton Daniels. She says she's been talking about him, talking about people's children since before this thing went on with him and Corey Holcomb. She's talking about him now. She had stopped talking about him and started talking about Tasha K. And then he came on and Lakeisha Keisha and nobody with Freezy are saying that Anton Daniels is doxing them. I'm not great and hip on this doxing thing. I did just a little bit of study before I came on. One of the articles that I read a little bit into was saying that your name could be it, but he went on to Amazon, like it was talking about you like hacking into things and stuff like that to get people's information. He went on to Amazon and found out that she had a book that she said is not really a book. It's a cover with empty pages on the inside. I don't know, but her name was on that. So I guess when he could say that she had a book, but when he went in and when he came into YouTube and he said her name out loud, I guess that's where the doxing could come. Somebody was on one of the comments and was like, I don't think you got a strong case. We're going to see, because she says that she has pressed charges. I don't know if No Captivity with Freezy has pressed charges, but it said that Anton was doxing him as well. I watched all of these names I'm calling out based off of all of this stuff that started with Anton and Corey Holcomb. And we know Corey Holcomb got to the point where he talked about Anton Daniels' daughter, and everybody was against that. And then it came out that Anton Daniels had been, I believe, No Captivity with Freezy is the Hebrew Israelite whose family Anton Daniels was talking about. I believe they were on that Lapif. I think that's the name of where they both came from. They were both on the Lapif network together. And his is one of the children that Anton Daniels was speaking about. I'm never for you speaking on people's children. There was another young lady that he talked about her son was going to be a Kia boy, or he was probably somewhere watching the Kia boys so he could learn how to be a criminal, I guess, when he get older. Said that her daughter, something about her daughter being a 304. Now listen here. Listen, Linda. So I asked my sister like this. I said, if someone, let me see what I had said to him. I said, if someone said that children are off limits, but then that same someone came in and just began to bash someone's children, what would you say about that someone? She said, that person's character is just as bad, if not worse, than the person who was talking about children, who you said that children were off limits, because she flipped the script. I said the other day on my show when she was talking about Tasha K, she kind of flipped the script, because she started off saying, I don't got no problem with Tasha K. I like Tasha K. And by the time it was all said and done, Tasha K was dumb and uneducated, and her winos were dumb and uneducated as well, and Tasha K looked like Miss Seeley's cousin, which I took to be an insult, because when you say she looked like Miss Seeley, I'd say that you were trying to call her ugly. Now, somebody called her ugly on the when I was watching Armand Wiggins, and I said they could have been calling her ugly, or they could have been saying her spirit ugly. If you see somebody doing ill stuff and you say they spirit ugly, that is something totally different than just coming out saying somebody is ugly. And to each his own. I can't tell you how to feel about me and my looks and everything like that. But that chick wound up saying that if it was her children, she don't got nothing against Tasha K. She would be, if her children did something wrong, she would be on them too. So you'll be calling your children dumb and uneducated and ugly and the like? Because that's giving abusive. That's giving abusive. I don't know. What do you all think? I would like to know you guys' opinion. What in the I think I'm better, even though they said that you find out that You think somebody bigger than you, but you find out that they ain't shit. I'm gonna say this one day and then say this the other day. I'm gonna rationalize me calling your daughter ugly, and even the boy is going on here, Lakeisha. Keisha, what's going on? Like, what? Where all this come from? Like, why the baby and the wife got to be catching strays? You went on one video and said that the wife looked okay, and then a whole nother video where you said your baby ugly and your baby is a boy and your wife is ugly too. We're gonna listen to some things, and we're going to get into the comments of some of the people in the comments, because she said, if you in the comments and you saying something about me calling Anton Daniels' daughter ugly, that's because you ugly too. You a part of the ugly girl crew. So get out my comments, because we don't want you here, because you or you're gay, Anton booty slicker, and you over here for Anton. So nobody couldn't have an issue. Nobody that does not support Anton, because some people in the comments were saying I don't care nothing about Anton. So two things couldn't be true at the same time. Like what you're calling, I've done all of these things, and I had a school, and I have 2 houses, and I've done everything, and Anton has done nothing. But then you drop below his level because you've talked about him talking about people, and then you rationalize bringing his daughter. I don't give a flying flip if she is 18. She's still a baby. Talk about that 30-year-old and that 33-year-old up yonder. Talk about them. It's just like I said to my sister, I will drag your soul without bringing a whole other part of your family into it. I don't got to bring your wife into it. I don't got to bring your children into it. If me and you got words, me and you can handle the words that we have. Unless the God tells me to not allow my buttons to be pushed, like, I just tend to believe when that young lady said, have you had therapy for that? She said that she was talking about I think that she could have stood to have therapy. That seems to be PTSD, because Anton, the reason she said Anton is doxing her is because he went and he got her criminal record, which I thought all that stuff was public. I thought the criminal record was public, but like I said, I don't really know about the doxing. So I'm just trying to be very careful that I'm just speaking about what I know about. But she went on to tell you that she somebody right here, because her grandmama and both of her grandmamas was like, if somebody put their hands on you, unalive them. And that to me would be childhood trauma that probably would, especially after somebody right there, and I guess possibly almost because you went to jail and spent 60 days in jail. Your word, not mine. I don't know. That could use some therapy. You instead of talking about the therapy that Tasha K getting and the therapy that you don't need, but you also said to Anton, this is you went and checked it out, so you know who I am. And I know that you said that those were things you used to do, but you said you know who I am. You ain't say you know who I was. And all I thought when she said, you know who I am, is if somebody tell you who they are, believe them. It's a little unbalanced over there. This ain't got nothing to do with your content. I like your content, but I'm a meat in the bones. Somebody else in the content said I'm not deriding no social media person. I'm not and ain't. Somebody called her agent provocateur. We gonna read them comments. But let me finish with this word. He who scatters words with his lips will reap an abundant harvest. Sinful words will lead to death, unaliving. It's the word. Righteous words bring life. You're not speaking no life into that child. Just say that she was of low self-esteem. And yes, your self-esteem is supposed to be taught to you by your parents or your family or what have you. Sometimes it doesn't happen. So for you to be an adult woman and you to feel like it's okay to drag her even more because you feel like her daddy, she ugly like her daddy, and her daddy ain't teach her to have good self-esteem, so you feel like it's okay because it's not a crime. Okay. Okay. I heard that. Words seldom fall idly to the ground. So if by chance someone shows her your words, you have just dug into her self-esteem even more. We out here to make the young lady, even if it's a young lady or somebody you can't stand. We supposed to be out here uplifting, baby. You way up here on a horse. Lay Keisha, cream of the crop. Hit that bell cause the T don't stop. Yeah, I watch enough to know the words. Uttered often in thoughtlessness, in my Tootie voice. They take root and come to fruition most unexpectedly. So it's very highly possible that if the young lady already feel bad about herself, hearing your words, just gonna put the nail in the casket. You around here nailing caskets? You can't drag Anton's soul without dragging his baby. You can't leave his wife out of it. And I'll say this: wife is all way in the door. It don't make no sense to me because, like I said, if I want to drag a soul, I'm gonna drag a soul. I don't gotta bring somebody who don't got nothing else to do with it. Anton is the content. Anton is the content. And it is well known that weeds and noxious plants, noxious mean poisonous, weeds and noxious plants flourish where nourishing fruit and grains cannot grow. Cannot grow could mean it's possible that her parents did not do what they needed to do in order to teach her confidence. Or they could have. Sometimes our babies still go through a thing. You go to school with mean people and all of this stuff like that. Sometimes the babies go through a thing. But you want to be around there planting your nasty, poisonous seeds. It's like you're right. Okay. That was a little bit of a rant. Now, I was going to talk about, and look, when I did my live the other day, talking about her and Tasha K, when she came on, she done came on the video and was like, that content creator that was talking about Tasha K, I had a video about that too, but I won't gonna harp on it because sometimes I forget names. That is why I try to, if I know I'm not gonna remember the name, I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna have it right here in front of me so that I won't be saying that content creator that will talk about Tasha K because our mom bigger than her too. And you called his name out the first go around. But when I talked about her and Tasha K the other day, I had in my content to talk about the fact that she talked about Anton's daughter over a month ago. Anton just started doing the doxing in the last couple of days, allegedly. She talked about his daughter being ugly over a month ago because I was supposed to talk about it when I went live the other day, and I don't believe that I did. Once I got off the live, I said, ooh, I don't even think I spoke on Keisha talking about Anton's daughter being ugly from a month ago. So you cannot really blame it on Anton and his doxing you, allegedly, because you had those ill words way a month ago. Let's see. Oh yeah. So I watched the video. Before I start showing y'all the videos that I have of the way that she's speaking on Anton's daughter, I watched the video where she brought the young lady up that has a problem with Tasha K. And shout out to Twanda. Like I said a little prayer when I watched the video. Lord, I pray things get better for her. Tawanda used to be subscribed to Tasha K. Understand, to be subscribed to someone, I have subscribers. I don't have joiners. I don't even know if I'm at the capacity to be able to have people that join. I don't have a Patreon or anything like that where I'm giving more content. I'm not that far yet. Tasha K is. I think I heard maybe Lakeisha Keisha say she don't have a Patreon anymore, but she got Tasha K Live. You're going to pay if you go to Tasha K Live. If you go on that app, you're going to pay. That's where our mom was like, you can't never, though. You might want to think about going over there on that app, though. You go over there on that app, you can't get your money back. You can't never get out of that. So you might want to think about it if that's the case. I heard that in the past as well. That's why I never went, because I'm like, if I say that I don't want to be a part anymore, I just want to be able to get out of it. I don't want you, no, that's not how any of that works. Howsoever, and Tasha K says this, she has an exorbitant amount of content that you can just watch for free because you are only subscribed on YouTube, and it does not cost you anything to subscribe. Guess what? You don't even have to be subscribed to some content creators to watch them. Most of them, you don't have to be subscribed. I just feel like if I'm watching you, and like I said the other day, I don't particularly watch Tasha K the way that I used to, but I did not unsubscribe from her. If I watch you enough, I'll stay subscribed. I don't watch Larry Reid at all, but I have not unsubscribed from him because I used to watch him a lot. And every now and then, I click on the video and I'll be like, God, you must have brought me here because it'd be something that I may have needed to hear or that I'm going to talk about. So subscriptions are free. So, okay. So now Tawanda is upset with Tasha K to the point where she subscribed and told her how disappointed she was in her because if it weren't for us, there would be no you, which is the truth in a sense. Your subscribers, whether they are a part of TashaK.com or what have you, your people that come in and watch your content, I'm thankful. I don't get a lot of returned viewers on my videos as I'm hoping to in the future, but I'm still thankful for those that subscribe to me. I'm always thankful for those that subscribe to me because it helps change things for me. It helps change engagement for me. It's helping me. So she's not lying about that. So she went to Tasha K. Okay, so Tawanda was watching a video. Sometimes Tasha K have the call-in shows where she let the winos call in and talk about whatever it is that they want to talk about. But she tell you some things that she not going to talk about when she have those shows as well. I do believe that she has different email addresses that you go to for different things. That's my belief. So she's on one of these videos, listening, a call-in video, and someone calls in and begins to discuss business with Tasha K. And Tasha K say, I want to help you. Email me at da-da-da-da-da-da, and we'll talk about this business. So Tawanda proceeds to go and send an email to that email address. And I mentioned the possibilities because the possibilities could mean, even though Tawanda said it with her chest, I know she got the email. The possibilities could mean that maybe, just maybe, she didn't get the email. This is just my thought process because you went and sent a personal email to an email that she gave someone to talk about business. Could be that your email went into spam, even if it was all the same email. Could be that your email went into spam. I don't even go into my spam. And when I go into my spam, I'm just going in there to empty it. So if something important was in there, from time to time, I do go through my promotions because from time to time, something important be in my promotions. But I don't do it in my spam. If something important go in my spam, I'm just missing it. So I don't go into my spam. So it's possible that that email that you sent Tasha telling Tasha that you needed so much help because you had been having problems with your feet since you were in your 20s and you are now 51, and you working 2 jobs and everything is just getting out of hand because you needed surgery on your bunion. It's possible she didn't get that information. It's just possible. And when she sent that email, and she said she was faithful to Tasha K, she wasn't watching Tasha K at the time. So you weren't supporting her at all. Don't know if you, I'm going to assume that you may have been still subscribed to her because it was after you felt like you did not get a response back that you unsubscribed. But you weren't watching her, so you really won't faithfully supporting her. I won't say you won't supporting her because you were subscribed to her channel, but if you won't watch her, how faithful are you if you're not even watching or liking or sharing? You know what I'm saying? Doing something. If I catch it live, I'm gonna like it. If I go in and watch a video, I might not always like it if I watch it, but whoever I catch live, I just went back in today because I was on O'Shea Duke Jackson live last night and didn't hit the like button. If I'm in your live, I'm going to do everything in me to hit the like button. I hope y'all hit the like button. Or the unlike button in my Tasha K voice. Hit on one of them. Hit something. Share. Subscribe. But yeah, she wasn't supporting her. So, in my brain, that would be like me. And I've been supporting Lakeisha Keisha since this Anton Days. I didn't even know who she was before Anton Days, but I've been supporting the mess out of her content since this Anton Days. That'd be like me going there and be like, Lakeisha Keisha, can you help me? Because I'm having a hard time and I just need some help. Can you tell your Lakeishas? Can you tell your Lakeishas to send me 50 cents to $1? Because that's what she said in the email. Can you tell the winos to send me? She said I wasn't even asking Tasha for money directly. I was asking her if she could ask the winos to send me 50 cents to $1. You know, start up a GoFundMe to send me 50 cents to $1. That. Now, she did have to have her toe amputated. That's why I said my heart goes out to her. But can you really, I know you said it with your chest that Tasha K got the email, but can you prove that Tasha K got the email? She said she also, after everything, she had to take on her granddaughter as well. I guess she had to assume custody of her granddaughter. She said she was still struggling. I'm trying to see if I miss anything. And when she said she unsubscribed, because Lakeisha Keisha wound up calling her people, and to me, that felt like I'm gonna do it just so I told you she's always telling you her accolades. She'll tell you her accolades. She has schools. I've heard several times since this Anton Daniels been going about accolades, and maybe while talking about Tasha K as well, you hear her throw her accolades, and then she was accolading herself while she was telling you why she's the better person, even though she started a GoFundMe to buy a house in comparison to Tasha K starting a GoFundMe to raise money to pay Cardi B off quicker. If you can go get veneers, you can buy a house without anybody's help. That's my thought process. So both of y'all asking folks that might not have it good as y'all to come out of their pocket for something that they may, just like people say about the church, sometimes you give into the church and you ain't really got it to give to the church because you need it at home, but you feel like because you respect this person or, you know, you subscribe to this person, you feel like I should just do it. Like, don't put yourself in a different boat. That's the whole thing. She putting herself in a different boat way up here on a pedestal over these people that she dragging, and content is content is content. Somebody talked about the 50 million videos that she made. I ain't knocking that. I'm gonna read that content too. I ain't knocking that. How many videos gonna get you paid? Let the videos get you paid. But keep it copacetic with the babies is all I'm saying. And don't put yourself up on a pedestal when you do the same thing as somebody else, because that's the second time. You put yourself up on the pedestal with the GoFundMe. You putting yourself up on the pedestal with rationalizing why you calling this man's daughter ugly. You're just pedestalizing yourself. Your belly is full with your words. You're satisfied with your grown ass. Your grown bad ass bitch ass. That's what you called yourself. Bad bitch. IJS. IJS. Tasha's not obligated. Tasha was not obligated. You might want to think it's mean, but she wasn't obligated. Because she went into even talking about, she's telling y'all to send her money. The money, put the money in the kitty, and I'm going to send it to y'all when y'all need your bills paid and everything like that. And all I thought about, maybe Tawanda ain't put no money in no kitty. She's just asking for help. She's not obligated to ask her winos to help somebody, a stranger. She's not obligated to do that. And there are winos saying that they've been telling her to start this. So if your winos is telling you to start it and you decided you was going to start the GoFundMe, that's between you and the wino. What Tasha K and her winos, and I guess I'm something like a wino because I watch her and I done seen her in person and all that stuff like that and have a little meeting with her after the comedy club, but still, what they eat don't make me shit. Ever. Period. And all I thought about when the young lady said that she's unsubscribed to Tasha is I just watched Lakeisha Keisha talk about when people come and unsubscribe to her. She's like, ho, you ain't making me lose no money. It don't cost you nothing to subscribe. I'm like, well, that might be what Tasha K thought when Tawanda unsubscribed. Like, it don't cost you nothing to subscribe. IJS. IJS. So Lakeisha tried to put it on like you was basically reaching out to your favorite content creator to ask for help. So they said, as I stated, that they would help her. I don't know what the result of it was, but she asked her, did she have Cash App or anything like that? And then come to find out that Lakeisha Keisha don't have Cash App. And people in the comments were saying they didn't have Cash App, but Lakeisha Keisha said if they Zelle her the money, then she was going to send the money to her son on Cash App and have her son send it to Tawanda. So I hope that Tawanda got the help that she needed. I really do. Let's see. Okay, so let's talk about some of this. Let's look at some of these videos. I'm just trying to get to the video. She made a whole that thing made a whole hour and some change video just showing I like booty. And all I thought about is that's a clip, and I mean, I don't know what Anton's sexuality women be. They're not, when they talk about how masculine, and this is a black thing right now. When they be talking about how masculine black women be, they're not talking about them being homosexual. They're talking about them moving in their masculine energy, and it goes the same way with a man. Sometimes you move in your feminine energy. But when the man, it was an old man, and Anton, you could tell he was uncomfortable. In my opinion, by the clip, he was uncomfortable when the man said something about the booty. He was like, I don't know, such and such. Like, in my mind, some of that was him trying to be respectful. This is meat and bones for me. Because that was an old man, not saying that, and like I said, I don't know his sexuality. I have heard people speak on the fact that, or the thought process that his wife that it may be a lavender marriage. Is that what they're called? That they're each other's beards or what have you? I don't know. But when that man, she had just got finished saying, if you gay, just live your truth about Anton. But then when the man said, and then people is surprised that I like booty, you like, How you saying that? How you just saying that? And all and was talking about how Anton took it to him being in prison. All I got is if you watch the whole video, it's probably talking about what happened to this old man in prison, or maybe what happened to this old man as a child leading up to him going to prison and the things that happened to him. He's wondering how y'all figure or how y'all surprised that I like the man's booty after all of this happened to me. That's what I got out of it. So that was all I got out of watching her show all of Anton's terrible pictures for a whole hour. And I had to go back and forth to that. I just couldn't take it. I couldn't even take it. But here we go. First video. Why do it keep going down? Oh, okay. I be forgetting sometimes, y'all.
The same people saying kids are off limits are the same people still supporting. Well, the thing about it is, well, if kids are off limits, then why do people talk about kids anyway? Okay. Because that tampon be talking about people kids.
How childish does that sound? Did that sound childish to y'all, or was that just me? And rationalizing. That's rationalizing. Why it's okay. It's okay for me to do it. He did it first. He did it first. If he wouldn't have did it, I wouldn't have did it. He be talking about people's children, so I can talk about his children. Because we are all mature adults. And I have already said that there is nothing mature about or confident, in my opinion, about Anton Daniels. He leads with his money. And anyone who has to put people down to make themselves feel big, and I ain't talking about Anton in this, but she's putting his daughter down by rationalizing. That's just as bad as someone putting someone down to try to make themselves feel big. Here go the next one.
His daughter, she gonna get it too. She gets to get it too. And guess what? It's really crazy how a man who talks about other people's children wants people to feel sympathy for his ugly ass daughter. I mean, she is ugly. I mean, the truth hurts. But I mean, and let me make sure y'all understand that the real problem that he had with Corey is not what he said. Y'all know the truth hurts. Corey said the damn truth. You couldn't take it. But it just kind of goes to show what type of person he is, because you really think your own daughter is ugly, bro. Like, that's your problem, because you're talking about your daughter is so broke up. What are you teaching her? What you teaching her? You couldn't call nobody in my house ugly.
What are you teaching her? So because you may not be teaching your child how to esteem themselves, how to be confident in themselves, then I don't have to respect that boundary either as a woman. We won't even say as a black woman, because I don't care what the baby. If I see God knows that I love the babies. And if I see any baby of any color, and she is a baby, she's 18. Like I said, I got a 30 and a 33-year-old. She's a baby. Any baby. My goal is to encourage, not to tear down more. And it may, because I've spoke on it, it may just well be, maybe, so maybe. Because if you look at the bad bitches that Anton has or tries to put around him, I said that in the video, they don't look anything like his wife. I did not see that picture clearly that Corey Holcomb put up. My phone, I didn't watch it on my TV. I watched it on my phone. And my phone, wasn't that great. That's all. I ain't see it.
By thinking, I only did it because I saw them do it. I mean, if you see somebody walk out of the store with candy bars, you're going to turn around and walk out too? When people commit a crime, you don't use your defense as, well, I saw them doing it, so I did it too. That's not a good defense. You got to know better.
You got to know better. It's not a good defense. Now that was I forget his name, something barbecue. Something. That's why I said I ain't even gonna really talk about her in our mind. I wasn't really trying to. I only recorded that because same rules apply. Yeah, they talking about doxing, but I'm talking about you talking about this baby. You probably be too mature for that to rationalize why it's okay. Because you gonna say I ain't breaking no law by calling her ugly and calling her a little boy. I ain't breaking no law. Just breaking her spirit, that's all. I'm just potentially breaking her spirit, that's all. This helpful.
You gotta be so twisted. You should be worried about your ugly daughter. Your daughter is ugly. Your ugly daughter is ugly. And see, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt when Corey talked about his ugly ass daughter. Your daughter ugly and your wife is ugly too, Anton. I tried to give you the benefit. No, his daughter, she out there too. His daughter ugly too. His daughter is ugly.
And she had a whole video where she said the wife looked okay, but then she just called her ugly. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. I told you, if I'm gonna drag a soul, I look. I just that don't allow your buttons to be pushed is a real thing in my life. My video that I made, I released yesterday or the day before yesterday about it. One of my Facebook friends came in and was like, I needed that word today. Baby, I need that word every day. I have to talk to myself on a daily basis. And I say when I come up here often, the God said, don't allow my buttons to be pushed. Allowing your buttons to be pushed implies that someone made the effort to push your buttons. If someone made the effort to push your buttons, that means they messing with you. Anton won't messing with her. She doing content. So you doing content on the daddy, but you are allowing yourself, your buttons to be pushed. And you talked about Tasha K and the therapy that she ain't getting, and she's doing fan therapy. But I would question what kind of therapy you getting to do content, and then because you believe that this man is talking about someone else's children, prompts you to then tear his daughter down. Where they do that at? Way over there. And way over there. Remember that young lady said, dress from the neck down to the ankles. And if you ain't got no clothes on at all, y'all all together stupid. You steady trying to drag Anton and Tasha K. Who the worst? Who the worst? Because you going back and forth. You going back and forth. Let me see. Is this one?
Talk about, look at the gay boy talking about some fuck F this stream. Go on out of here, gay boy. Let's get the gay boys out of here. The anti-booty lickers. Let's get them up out of here. Shut your gay ass up. Get him up out of here.
I just played that one. She ain't talking about the baby. But you can't disagree with her. Because she says she'll curse you out in her chat. So if you disagree with her, that screen yes man. That screen yes man. Because to say just because it's a man does not mean that it has to be a man that is a follower, subscriber, or yes man to Anton. But if I can't disagree with you, then that means you want yes man too, honey. And that's no bueno around these parts. That's one thing for sure and two things for certain.
His daughter, okay? I just told you. If you wasn't in here, let me review it for you. I am a little crazy, okay? I said that I changed. Fuck his daughter, okay? His ugly ass daughter. I just told you that I was a little crazy, okay? I don't give a damn about his daughter. He should have thought about his ugly ass daughter before he came online with his bullshit. His daughter is ugly, okay? She ain't a kid. She's not a kid. She's not a kid.
She told you she was a little crazy, so y'all better believe Lay Keisha, cream of the crop, hit that bell cutter T-Dome style. She told y'all she a little crazy.
Anton ugly ass daughter and his motherfucking wife. He talk about other people kids. Fuck his doodle face daughter. If you don't like it, leave. Leave.
If you don't like it, leave. Leave. Leave, she said. And this one, I didn't realize that I had the screen down on the beginning of it, so y'all, it's gonna start showing her face though.
Lose weight, but I will always little. It's like, you know, when you have children, you gain weight. But I said her daughter is ugly, hoe. If you don't like it, get out my motherfucking chat. Fuck is you talking about? If you don't like it, get the fuck up out of here. She ugly and you're probably ugly too. The problem is, if you're in the chat asking me why I talk about Anton's daughter, it's because you ugly too. Get your ugly ass up out of here. This channel ain't for ugly folks. Get out. Bloop, get out of here. Get your ugly ass up out of here. If you in here asking me why I talk about Anton's daughter, it's because you got the ugly girl syndrome too. Get your ugly ass up out of here.
We have the ugly girl syndrome. Get our ugly asses up out of there. We can't disagree with Keisha, cream of the crop. Hit that bell because the tea don't stop. You can't disagree with her. She wants yes men. So we have ugly girl syndrome because we have enough integrity to not drag babies. She a baby. She might be a young adult. She's still a baby. Period. Huffle. Period. To continue. Let's see. What we got next? Oh, now we're gonna read some comments because that's all of the videos that I have, and I wanted to end it on that good old one where she called us ugly. Anybody that believes that you shouldn't be calling young adults, let's call her what she is. Because she said she's been 17 for a long time, so I know she got to be 18 by now. And anybody that believes that you shouldn't be calling young adults, oh yes, I didn't say what my sister said. Because my sister brought King and them into it because she don't like King. And I'm like, I'm not going to say that I dislike. King is a lot. King has always been a lot. King has been spoiled since he was knee-high to a baby. King has always been spoiled. Damani is unproblematic. But I had to bring to her attention. Remember we were having a conversation and you said if somebody talk about your mama, they can get it. That's what I feel about King and Damani. However, two things can be true at the same damn time. They are adults. But they entered into the chat. Anton baby ain't entered into the chat. She ain't entered into the chat. King and Damani entered into the chat with 50 Cent. So once you enter into the chat, it's on and popping. So 50 Cent, no. 50 Cent don't have to get, no. 50 Cent do not have to. But them babies holding them babies, because they still babies, they holding their own. Period. They said you F with Tiny and you gonna see us. Miss Jackson Damani did his thing. Damani did his thing. Let's read some of these old comments. His daughter is not ugly at all. And shame on you. That is from Tina Sebastian 3798. And Jupiter Sun 3 comes in and says, agreed 100%. Very tacky and tasteless. And Aroy _ 711 says, this big backer right here, Hunty, a wild damn agent provocateur with an audience like the rest of them. So she basically saying all of these content creators. That's why I said I'm here take the meat, leave the bones, teachable moments. Because I also say the world is a stage. You don't never know who is telling the truth. You don't never know what's going on. But the goal is for you to learn. If you are someone that wants to be more integrous, wants to grow and be better as a person, the goal is for you to learn. So I'm going to take a situation and make it as a teachable moment. But this young lady, Aroy, says, Agent Provocateur, you up to no good as well. That's what she has said about Lakeisha Keisha. Let's see what the next one say. Let's see. Loose lips sink ships, said no mirrors in her house. And I meant to open up because Sebastian had other or maybe those was the other two that those was the other two that I read. And then somebody else commented, loose lips sink ships. No mirrors in her house. That's why I said, some folks gonna think I'm ugly and some folks not. The goal is that you just not walking around hollering about how ugly a baby is like Keisha cream of the clock. It's oils. Let's see here. Oh, this was just me. That was just her saying that she was gonna pay somebody $500 to get her the video because she's trying to get the original video. She was saying all the videos she had was not the original video for Anton Daniels, but I think that at this point she has the video. She was playing some of it on her page, but she was like, thank you to the person who sent me the video, and as a woman of my word, maybe that's why, because a woman of your word, you said that you ain't had no problem with Tasha K. Then you just started eating Tasha K up and saying that that's how you would treat your children if they were wrong. A woman of your word, you just flipped the script there, because I would hope that nobody is going to call their children ugly, uneducated, and dumb. But if that's how you would treat your children, I don't know about that word that you are a woman of. Said, I will reach out to you to get your Cash App or Zelle. You gonna get the cash out? I guess she gonna send the cash, and she'll send the $500 by her son too, because she said she only got Zelle. That I promised you, so she was promising somebody $500 to get that video from Anton. Let's see. What's the next comment we got here? This is my first time on your channel, and I was with you until you started talking about someone's minor child. And she may not be a minor child, but she's still a baby, period. That's very immature for a grown woman to do. And then that was Yolanda M611. So Lars Car -N7, it looks like maybe N. Did you see Scramton using her for views? Her as in his own daughter? So there you go, rationalizing why it's okay. Because he was talking about suing Corey Holcomb over the statements that Corey, but I don't think he ever just came on. He might have said she had low self-esteem. He might have said she had a beautiful soul and Tasha K was pretty, but I don't think he ever came out and just called his daughter ugly. So to rationalize it on any level, any comment, rationalizing why this grown-ass woman is thinking it's okay to speak on a young adult that way is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. African punk rocker said, 2 wrongs don't make it right. Period. 2 wrongs do not make it right. Let's see what we got here. Regardless of whatever is going on with you and Anton, you mentioning his daughter is just as goofy as when Corey did it. I'm sure we can all agree that Anton brought this onto his household by not considering his family when he made a fool of himself in the incident with Corey. Does that sound like someone that supports Anton? Lakeisha Keisha does not want you to think any way different than her. That's why she said you were part of the ugly girl crew. If you're wondering why I'm talking about his daughter. However, someone has to operate at a different level of maturity Wouldn't make me no never mind. If it was my child, I would see about anybody thinking they're going to keep messing up, going to keep mess up by continuously bringing up my seed. A little bit of word jumble. But that's what I just said about 30 and 33. Like, keep their names out your mouth. I don't have to bring your children into it. I could drag you. Period. I don't know either one of you like that. Don't need to. I don't deride for social media characters. The one thing I can't and never will be able to stand is bringing children into grown people shit. Y'all need to grow up. That was KY Lank, KYLANC 726. That what her said about Lakeisha Keisha. Yeah. Come on, we got more. We got more. I got comments. You feel me? And all of us is part of the Ugly Girl crew. Let's see. We got Uncle and the Ugly Boy crew, I guess. Uncle Carl 44. Calm down. You're getting out of character. Don't let him get you like this. And but that was because she was flipping the script about his daughter. She was flipping the script about his daughter. And so and Lars Carr, I read their comment on the last batch. Lars Carr -7N7, great advice. Calm your nerves. Get a grip. Breathe. Go do some breathing exercises. What your therapist teaching you? Keisha, cream of the crop. What's she teaching you? Peace Pocket. In all fairness, I just counted 48 videos on this channel about Anton Daniels that was made within the past 60 days. That's insane. 48 Anton videos in 60 days is giving obsessed. I said, however, I said the same thing about O'Shea when he was doing Corey videos like that. However, it's the algorithm. And the people is watching it. The people want to see it. So if they're making money off of it, do what you do. I didn't know you called his daughter ugly. That's very childish and something I would not expect coming from an older black mom such as yourself. I'm a new subscriber. I subscribed because I thought you was a mature, successful woman reviewing videos. I had no idea this page had this much negativity. Monty White, sounds like another man. This woman needs help. Let's see. Yeah, this is Meg 9111. Yeah, it's like she's going off the deep end and she's so much better than this. This won't end well. King Tyson 713. Nah, she just getting her money off that fool. Get your money off that fool. I ain't mad. Stay off his daughter. You don't gotta stay on his daughter to get your money off that fool. You do not have to do that. Let's see. Passergine, Passergine, Passergine. He is all the way wrong, but his daughter can't do anything about her genetics. Capri Thermalus is so mean and distasteful to speak so nasty about his daughter. I don't know where the video went. It was a video where she called him a boy. He called her a boy. And I missed all over that video. I'm not gonna go back and look for it at this point, but there was a video where she literally, he got a boy. That's a boy, and that boy is ugly. I was like, dang, now she ugly and she a boy? She a boy, Damon. Oh my God. Oh my God. In my O'Shea Duke Jackson sound effects voice. So I don't got no sound effects. D Keys 414. That used to be the name of my podcast, Sylvie 414. But I still say bringing that 414, that one in the middle for some balance, because you see things this way, that way, come together from direct communication, get some understanding. Understanding don't mean you agree. I don't even think I went that far. I just don't like the fact that you were all for his wife and kid, and once the wife didn't go with your narrative, like she wouldn't have, like she shouldn't have, now you're trashing the wife and kid. Clearly, this is how the sisterhood moves. This ain't how all the sisterhood moves, the key. This is how those of us that lack integrity move. It's not how all the sisterhood moves. Now, let's see. I think that's the one I just had synced. I got 3 more, y'all. I got 3 more. And then we're going to get out of here. And then we going to get out of here. Oh, maybe that's the one. Toe Axon. Toeaxn. Here's the thing. I cannot stand Anton. However, I don't understand how she's being defensive about him coming for her when she made countless unsolicited videos about him, talking plenty of trash. People defending her in this situation are being disingenuous as AF. That's why I said we gonna see where the court case go, because I didn't see where, even in the video I listened to, where I heard her name. And like I said, one of the articles that I started reading about doxing did mention name, but it mentioned it in reference to if you going in hacking stuff to get information, and all he did was went on Amazon and saw that she wrote a book, which had her name on the front of it, but then he called her name. Oh, I said, if he doxing, if he poses be clank, because she said she ain't trying to get his page taken down. She just going for the law. So I can appreciate that you're not trying to interfere in his livelihood. Like all this cancel culture, it do be a lot. Cancel culture be a lot. You can cancel somebody by just not watching their content. Like, because look, it's what it's all about. Speaking about his daughter is disturbing and disgusting. What an awful human to call a child ugly. Young adult. That was Capri Thermalus again. Let's see. Oh, that look, this and I the other one is a screen recording, so that might be the one where she calling the baby a boy. But this was a screen recording because I came from Proverbs 18 talking about Lakeisha Keisha, but Proverbs 18:11 and 18:12 can hit Anton a little bit. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and as an high wall in his own conceit. Conceit different from confidence. Conceit is different from confidence. Conceit is empty on the inside parts. And you know I said confidence works from the inside out. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. Before honor is humility. And I don't know that one might hit both of her. That one might hit both of them. You feel me? Because nobody's being humble in this situation. Let's see what this screen recording is. Oh no, that was for me. Why did I send that? Okay, y'all. That's all I got. That's all I got. So I thank y'all for sitting with me. Real quick, Aldi, don't make Lovely T tell y'all to count y'all days because y'all act like y'all don't know how to treat the people now. You what in the I want her to just get out, and I don't want to apologize because we falsely accused her of stealing from us. So I'm going to push her cart with her stuff and her purse out the door, and she can come to the door and get it because we tired because we done had a long day. So I don't got to apologize to you even though you didn't steal. It's going on here. You the stealer because you took her purse. If I were her, I would see if there's any charges that can be pressed for taking her purse because you didn't want to apologize to the black woman who you accused of stealing, even though she didn't. Now, with that being said, y'all done sat with me for a spell, and I appreciate y'all. And we done talked about how the young ladies need to look at themselves, go within, which is something I talk about often. And understand that you don't have to be naked, nor do you have to be dressed in a turtleneck from your neck, the top of your neck, down to the bottom of your ankles. All things in moderation is what modesty is consistent of. And it is not just about your dress. It is also about your inside parts, your integrity, your humility. Modesty hits all of that. We just got finished hitting up on Aldi wanting to be able to count their days in my lovely T-voice. You won't want to know what it's going to feel like to not have no income because you act like it's okay to treat people any old kind of way. It's not going to continue to be stood for. I promise you, a change going to come. I was born by the river in a little tent. I don't own the rights to any of this music. I only broke out and sung that song today. I did really, really good. And then we talked about that old Lay Keisha, cream of the crop. Hit that T, hit that bell, cut the T, don't stop. Feeling like it's okay to drag the little girl to hell because you got an issue with her daddy. And you don't even got no issue with her daddy. You just doing content, but I guess you do got an issue with her daddy now because he made you the content. But this is from the Ugly Bunch, the Ugly Girls crew, whatever you called us in your chat. Get out because you ugly too. Hello, beautiful. You are beautiful. Even if Keisha thinks that you is a part of the ugly crew because she feels like it's okay to drag young adults to hell because she got an issue with their daddy. So you want to rationalize. Don't rationalize your behavior. If you're going to walk in your behavior, beautiful. Walk in your behavior. But don't rationalize your behavior because someone else did it first. Because that is always going to give immaturity. And the goal is for us to mature in our inside parts, from the inside out, to allow our beauty to flow. Even when people that don't have mirrors in their house want to call you a part of the ugly girl crew because you differ from her opinion. Sylvie loves you, beautiful, and she is out.